Hello everybody, this is Becky Raisler, and I have Becky's Junk Journals on YouTube and on Instagram. And today I hauled out every glue that I have, or things that can be used as glue that I have in my studio. Now I've been working in this studio for about 20 years, and I made really large mixed media paintings on canvas and on board and for sale for quite a few years. I also worked on paper with acrylic and collage, and I've been doing collages since I was a little kid, and it was my first love as far as art goes. So after all these years of gluing things down, cutting and pasting, I have amassed quite the collection, and I have become the queen of all glues because I know which ones work and which ones don't, for my purposes anyway. Depending on how you work, you may find different things that work well for you. Now, some of these I use all the time, and a lot of them I haven't used in years, and some of them are probably, 15, 20 years old, but there's still glue in them, and I haven't gotten rid of them. Guess I ought to donate the things that I don't use to a children's summer camp craft program or something. But all the ones I have here, with the exception of one or two, are non-toxic. And that's the way I like it, because the fumes from the more powerful toxic glues really messes with my allergies, and I got plenty of those too. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to tell you which ones I use every day and which ones that I probably will donate and never use again. I made a list here of the ones that I like the best, and I'll tell you about all of them, and then I'll hold this up again so you can take a screenshot if you like. I'm going to start off with good old Elmer's Glue Wall. I have a giant tub of it. And it is just about full. And then I have a refill bottle too. I haven't used this in years, and the reason I have it is because I used to thin it down with water and use it for painting on glue for very large collages that I would make. Some of them were 36 by 36 inches. So I really did some large ones, and I enjoyed it. But nowadays my hands are so, give me so much problems with arthritis and what have you, that I don't do that big stuff, and I don't spend a lot of time with scissors in hand cutting out fussy cut stuff anymore. So I don't use that, and I probably need to donate the Elmer's Glue Wall. Same thing with this tacky glue. This is Eileen's Original Quick Dry Tacky Glue. I don't see much difference between this and Elmer's Glue Wall, other than it's a little bit more sticky right up front, and maybe it dries a little faster. But I haven't really used it much because it's too wet for my purposes right now. Same thing with Elmer's Glue Wall. It's too wet for working in the journals that I've been hand making, because I'm working on thin paper and it soaks through and it makes a mess. So the only time I would ever use this is if I had the time and patience to let something sit and dry for hours. But other than that, it's just there in that pile of things I hardly ever use. This great big tub right here is Jerry's Studio Acrylic Heavy Gel Medium. It's very glossy, and the you can buy this in tiny little bottles, and it is the Studio Acrylic Heavy Gel Medium. Is really good if you do a lot of collage work, and you're using it with a brush and brushing on the collage work, brushing on the glue, the gel medium onto your surface, then applying your paper, and then collaging using the gel medium on top of that. It seals it and glues it all down, all in one step there. So I've got a giant tub of it because I was doing giant collages, and this tub is almost full when I quit doing it. So I've got a lot of it, and it's great stuff. It dries fairly fast. It's sticky enough for paper to paper. So you can buy gel medium. The only thing I don't like about it is it's shiny, but if you get the matte, you can buy matte medium, but the matte medium is thinner, more waterier, and it doesn't stick down as well as the gloss heavy gel medium does. Here's another one that I haven't used in years, Elmer's spray adhesive. I bought this for a specific project I was working on about 15 years ago, and I was tacking down a large surface of paper to paper for a large wall art project I was working on, and I was using this just to tack it before I did anything else, just to hold it down. I haven't used it since. You can't use it indoors, and I'm confined to inside. Oh, poor me, in my studio all day. I just love it here, my happy place. But I don't use it. It smells bad. It's got fumes. It's bad for the environment. So boo on you. I'm not going to use you anymore. Here's another thing that I found in the basket of glues was Gorilla Glue for the toughest jobs on earth. And I used this maybe twice and found that it was not suitable to my purposes. It didn't stick fast enough. It didn't hold well enough for my purposes. So I'm going to send this out to my husband's workshop, and he can use it on his wood stuff because it's more like a wood glue. You need something that's porous to use this, although it says it'll hold anything, but I disagree. This one right here is Fabric Fusion, and I bought this Fabric Fusion at Joann's. It's Eileen's Fabric Fusion, and I bought it at Joann's because what I went in there to get was Beacon's Fabri-Tac, and they didn't have any the day I went in there, so I bought this. I used it twice, and I've never used it again. It's a full bottle. It just won't dry. I can't get it to dry, and I don't know whether I got a bad bottle. It says on the description there that it shouldn't be frozen. So if it was shipped in during the winter from a northern state and it got cold and frozen, maybe that's what made it so liquid. I don't know, but I can't get this stuff to dry, and I don't have the patience to mess with it. So bye-bye Eileen's Fabric Fusion. That brings us to E6000. E6000 is what you want if you want to stick two things together that are heavy duty, and you never want them to come apart ever again. And it will do heavyweight items. E6000 is good for glass and metal and gosh, just about anything, wood, just about anything you want to glue two pieces together. And it's it says it's industrial strength, and it is. My husband used this stuff to glue running lights on his kayak so he could go fishing at night. and those things are still there, and he's been in and out of the water with them quite a few times. And this is great, and I can tell you it is absolutely permanent. When I was doing some larger altered art pieces with different kinds of objects that were metal and wood and you name it, all mixed together. This is what I used. It is very, very stinky. You have to use it in a ventilated area because it's toxic. It's not good for you at all. So I don't use this unless I just have to. If I have heavier objects that I want to glue. I glued a large, heavy rubber horseshoe. That's right, a horseshoe to a wood panel, thinking I was going to use it in a constructing of a mixed media piece that I was working on. And I changed my mind after I got it glued on there, and I tried to get the the horseshoe off there so I could use the panel for something else. And those panels aren't cheap. But anyway, I can't get it off there. And I have tried everything, and there's no way. So if you want, I keep this in my studio. My husband's used it more than I have when he's doing stuff out in his workshop. But I keep it around because every once in a while, I need it. The last time I used it, I was gluing canvas to a board, to a book board. I glued heavyweight already painted canvas art to the chipboard book cover that I was making, and it held it. And but there had to be some clamps involved with that. But anyway, that's what I do if I'm doing something heavy in making my handmade books. I use E6000, and I usually get my husband to come in here with an extra pair of hands and help me out to get that down. This is another matte medium. This is matte medium. This brand is Liquitex, which is probably the one of the better buys in art supplies. I use this when I'm doing mixed medium work a lot. You can make glazes. You mix it. It's fluid, and it's milky looking, kind of white milky looking when it comes out of the bottle, but it dries clear and matte. And it is like, you can use it like a varnish, or you can use it like a glue if you're gluing collage paper to paper, or to board for that matter. It doesn't work paper to canvas very well. I need something stickier. This is not all sticky when it goes down. And it's non-toxic, and it's washable, and it's doesn't have any smell to it at all. And this, if you do a lot of mixed media work with paint, or you're using multiple different types of media, like markers and pencils and oil pastels and paint and everything, all on the same painting or the same page, this you can put over the top of it to seal it. And but you probably need to spray it with a fixative first, because some of the other mixed media items might be water soluble and will reenact and blur and smear if you brush this on top of it. But I use this a lot when I am doing a lot of collage work, not in my handmade books though, because it's too wet, and your pages it'll seep through your pages and stick to the other pages. But it's good stuff. Now, Fabri-Tac, Beacon Fabri-Tac is the glue that I use every day when I'm making junk journals. It is slightly smelly, not real bad. But this is what you want if you want to glue medium weight things into your junk journal. So if you have a heavier weight fabric, this will hold it to paper. If you have little beads, or if you have larger items that you want to glue, clusters or whatever that you want to glue in there, this is what you want because it'll hold some weight. And only thing I don't like about this Fabri-Tac is that it is shiny. So if you glue down lace with this, the glossiness is going to show through. And that's the only thing. Everything else I like about this is it's just wonderful. And I use it for gluing all my fabrics and all my heavyweight papers and all my little decorations into my journals. And it says it bonds fabrics, lace, glass, leather, wood, and trims. It does grab fast. Super fast. It's very sticky, and it dries clear and it dries fast. This is also acid free and washable, so I really like this. It's the best stuff. I never want to run out of it. And I bought a small bottle of it. This is a 4-ounce bottle, and then this is the one I use every day, and then I refill it with the 8-ounce bottle because the 8-ounce bottle is a much better buy. This Fabri-Tac is sold at Joann's Fabrics here in United States. You can also order it on Amazon. And that's what I do sometimes because I never want to run out of it. And sometimes Joann's doesn't have it. Another thing that is almost, I think it's the same thing but in a different bottle, is Beacon 3-in-1 glue. It's made by the same family as Fabri-Tac. And it has all the same exact properties as Fabri-Tac, so I think it's the same thing, just in a different bottle. One thing I like about it is it's a little bit cheaper than Fabri-Tac, and these glues can get expensive. I think it's about $15 for an 8-ounce bottle of Fabri-Tac. It does go a long way. And I think it was about $12 for a 3-in-1. 8-ounce. So I use these every day. The other one that I use every day is Art Glitter Glue. It's called Designer Art Glitter Glue. It dries clear and it's permanent, it's non-toxic, and it's acid free. And I buy the big bottle to refill the small bottle. And the small bottle is the one I use every day, and you can tell it's pretty beat up. And you want to buy the little metal tip that's sold separately. You want to buy this little metal tip so you can apply the glue in real thin little lines around the edges of paper. This stuff sticks real fast. It dries real fast, super fast. And it is the best stuff in the world. I use this every single day when I'm making my journals and decorating in my journals. I just love it. It'll hold, it'll hold lightweight fabric, very thin lightweight fabric or lace. But it takes a while to dry if you with fabric. And it's not, doesn't work very well with fabric, so you have to be patient. And I'm not patient, so excuse me. And my allergies are killing me today. Now, the other thing I keep in my studio is glue sticks. And here we have a big package of Craft Bond extra strength glue sticks. And I tried these just to see if I would like them, but I'm pretty disappointed in them. It's your standard glue stick. It's not all that extra strength as far as I can tell. And it's too small for most of my purposes. And it'll only do paper to paper and lightweight paper at that. And I don't know how permanent it really is. But I bought a package of them and some extra ones. And I'm going to try to use them up. If not, I will donate those with the rest of the donate pile to the school for their use. But the one that I use every single day and won't be without is Elmer's Extreme School Glue Stick. This is good. This is really good. And I use this, and it's the only one I found that will really stick the paper down and keep it stuck down. But I use this every day. It's a big wide space to glue with. It's great for paper to paper and nothing else. But if you're doing collage work or you're gluing things into your journals, this is the way to go. And it's about $4.99 for one great big one, or you can buy packages of 2 on Amazon for $8, I think. But I keep this around. I use it every day. It's great stuff. Okay, I think, did I go through everything? It looks like it. The one thing I didn't pull out was my glue gun. I haven't used it in years and years. I always burn myself with it, and it's just, I'm not patient enough to let it heat up and use it. So I don't bother with it. These others are faster and easier and quicker and you know, suit my purposes a lot better. I know a lot of people use a glue gun, especially the cold temp glue sticks. I don't happen to have one of those mini glue guns. My husband uses the glue gun more than I do, so you know, he has his projects and he comes in here and gets that glue gun out. I have no idea what he's using it for, but he's using it. I'm not. Alrighty. I hope that you're having fun playing with all your art supplies today. And I'm going to clear all this stuff up, and I'm going to get back to working in my latest journal. If you liked it and you found it useful, please hit the subscribe button so you'll see any future ones that I come out with. And I appreciate you watching. Let me know what you think in the comments. And if you have any questions, I'll be glad to answer them. And if you have any future videos that you would like me to make, just let me know and I'll get right on it. You have a great day. Bye-bye.